The tea's ready. Here, try it.
Thanks.
How is it?
It's bad.
Well, yeah, it's not about tasting good, Steven. It's about surviving the punishment of nature.
Alright. Hey guys, I'm Richard. I'm Jody. Thanks for watching Beargrass Thunder. Today we are going to do another one of the Krazy Kentucky recipes. Just recipes that have been passed down for generations and, you know, aren't really in mainstream anymore. The one that we're going to be doing today is pine needle tea. Pine needles are surprisingly really high in vitamin C. Pine needles actually helped a lot of early European settlers when they came over from Europe to combat scurvy. The Iroquois Indians in particular helped out a lot of French trappers and explorers like Jacques Cartier from scurvy on the long voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. And we're really fortunate that we have a giant white pine tree actually in the backyard. All right, so it's really important before we do anything, we have to say, make sure you know what pine tree you are using. This is a white pine. It's one of the last pine trees really in this area because of a lot of invasive insects. And so I know it's a white pine because one, you know, just it's native to the area, but two, you can look at the bark. And you can also look way, way, way high up in the tree for pine cones. All three are really big characteristics and helpful to identify. So you can use old or new needles for this, but for us, we'd rather do new needles, otherwise it's going to taste like turpentine. No one really wants to drink that, right?
No, thank you.
And for good measure, we're going to wash these.
Just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows what kind of bugs or critters could be crawling around in there.
Yeah. So now that we have the pine needles, you know, I think this is going to be plenty for what we're doing. So now that we have the pine needles, we aren't actually going to boil them. We're actually going to put them in hot water. You don't want to boil these because it's going to unleash a lot of terpenes of the smell of the pine tree. And while pine smells good in small quantities, I don't know if I would want to drink.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, it smells good, but I don't want to taste the smell,
yes.
If that makes sense.
So, you know, let's put this in some hot water and let it steep for a couple minutes.
Pine needles going in.
And again, this is not like boiling water, this is just very hot water. You don't want to boil pine needles to make tea. It's just going to release a lot of terpenes and it's going to taste pretty much like it smells, and that might not be something you really want.
Yeah, we're going for a drinkable taste.
Yeah.
Thumbnail.
All right.
So our tea should be just about steeped.
Yep. Now, so you know, pine needles are an expectorant. So it's really good at clearing out sinuses, but it's probably going to dry out our mouth too. It's just one of those astringent kind of qualities that pine has. So more of a medicinal tea than, you know, others, but still really good in vitamin C. It's actually been used for hundreds on hundreds of years, and we're just kind of carrying on the tradition now.
So, I mean, I'm curious. Let's see what it tastes like. I notice it doesn't really change the color of the water.
I was expecting it to be more yellow.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little more yellow or orange, kind of like the dried pine needle color, but all right.
So the smell is really interesting because the smell of it smells like pine.
Right, yeah, it just smells like you crushed up like a little pine needle and you smell it.
It's not super strong though.
Pine needle tea going in. Tastes like Diet Christmas.
To me, it tastes like the idea of a pine tree. It's almost like one of those La Croix or like La Crocs or whatever you want.
However you say it,
because
yeah.
It's like a barely there kind of taste.
Yeah, like you really have to like seek out the flavor.
I'm really happy that it's like this instead of the other way though.
Very true. Like when I swallow it, it kind of feels kind of scratchy almost. Like I can see what you mean when you say like it might dry out our mouths.
I'll tell you what though, my sinuses are clearing up.
Definitely.
I can breathe through my nose. That's something that doesn't happen in October in Kentucky.
my nasal cavities do feel nice and minty fresh, I have to say.
You know, one of my favorite actors is Chris Pine.
No. I'm editing that out. Not happening.
Who's that?
I have no idea. I saw the Vine.
Brandon, ask me what kind of tree I have. Brandon, ask me what kind of tree I have. No. Just, Brandon, ask me what kind of tree. It's a Chris Pine.
But yeah, just the flavor itself, it does kind of taste like the smell. Not how you would think it tastes based on the smell, but rather it tastes like the actual smell itself. Like it tastes like the smell that you smell when you smell it.
What I think is really surprising is like one, the fact that it's clear, but I really do like the taste. And it's starting to grow on me a little bit.
It is. Just because it's so like subtle, like it's comforting to drink in a way.
Yeah, this is a nice front porch kind of tea.
Definitely. But overall, like out of 10, what would you rate this?
So this is not something I would drink every day, but if I had a cold or if I was like feeling really sinusy, I would probably give this, you know, an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like as an occasional treat, or like you say, like if you have a cold and you're doing it for more like a medicinal purpose. Yeah, I'd give this a 7.6.
7.6, okay.
Just to be exact.
But I will say one more time, please do your research on what kind of pine tree you're cutting needles from. You can't do this with every tree. White pine are really good, yellow pine, but when you start going into ponderosa pine, especially jack pine, those things have chemicals in it that are used to basically keep bugs away, but it affects the human body in a really nasty way. So please don't try to make tea out of ponderosa pine.
Yeah, you can't go willy-nilly with this or you'll probably poison yourself.
Yeah, we've been there, right?
Been there, done that. Never again. You gotta fucking... How was that?
That was a surprise, to be sure.
Tasty treat.
An unwelcome one.
Pine needle tea.
Pine needle tea.
Check out our other crazy Kentucky recipes in the playlist link below. And consider subscribing, liking our channel, seek us out on Facebook, or check out our website at beargrassthunder.com.
We're coming out with new videos on a really fast basis. There's a lot that we still don't know about Kentucky and Louisville, so we're really excited to make some more videos and share the love a little bit. Keep Louisville weird, right?
Let's do it.